hands, but we can let our wonderful, wonderful co-caster Trent take us through this a little bit more as well. How you doing?
Oh, hello, hello. Nothing to go through. It's the same.
It's
The only difference this time is Empire have first pick, and Empire will be Dire. So we're swapping sides, we're swapping orders, but we're getting the same 4 heroes taken out right off the bat. So typical first round picks for Empire have always been that Clockwork. That's what we've seen. Like their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times they had first pick, they picked Clockwork. So not going to be there this time, and they'll have to go for the Spirit Breaker instead, who similarly, at least when he's running that 4 role, can do the same thing. But then there's an immediate strat opener from Team Secret. It is the Elder Titan Phoenix, the double wombo combo, humongous team fight, but no immediate stuns against a Spirit Breaker, which is a little bit scary, I must add.
Also, the interesting interaction, of course, between Stomp and Supernova or Fire Spirits is that it will wake them up, which is kind of interesting as well. You know, it's not like the Chrono or the Overgrowth with the Supernova. This Elder Titan Spirit Stomp, it's good for lanes and good for kind of pushing out towers. I'm not sure how well they'll do with setting up for the Phoenix ulti, but they've got lots of lane control. Lots and lots of lane control. I guess it kind of deters people from picking, you know, TB and Morphling. Elder Titan's not as good against them anymore, but it's still very annoying with that natural order. And Team Empire first phase the troll.
Okay. So you have a choice of either I would say like Jug is the other big hero that's very good against Phoenix with the spin, because he just takes off the fiery spirits and he's just able to burn through that egg. But Troll Warlord can obviously just give your entire team attack speed to help go through the egg. And we were already talking about the synergy last game with the potential for it with the Troll Spirit Breaker. So great opener, plenty of ways to move forward. Magnus, I'm sure he'll probably be banned in the second phase, but obviously very strong for either team here.
Reserve time.
I wonder, do you think there's the possibility this is some sort of a mid-Phoenix thing, and it's supposed to be like a magic buff? I don't know. I find like this obviously used to be a very popular opener back in the day, but it does seem kind of odd.
Mid-Phoenix?
I don't know. The people were toying around with it for a while. You could, because of that talent that he is now, or she, I don't know if it's a bird. I guess it's probably a she. It's what is it? It gives a crazy amount of fiery spirits. It's plus 65 fire spirits DPS. It's probably not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to like, because I agree. It's kind of a weird support duo to go with. And yeah, there's the last part, right? It always used to be Void, ET Phoenix. Tree actually makes it through the first phase and unlikely to come out here unless this ends up being some core Phoenix or something like that, and they go for an Overgrowth plus sleep into Supernova or something like that. But
yeah, I think the other one to look out for is Puck. You know, very elusive, can set up for the Phoenix ET, good against the Spirit Breaker with Phase Shift and Illusory Orb, being able to kind of jaunt yourself back and forth in between the initiation tools that Team Empire will have.
Reserve time.
Well, Team Secret, what do you look to even ban out here? It'll likely be a Chappy Troll. So we can.
Magnus is still in.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I feel like that has to go.
I was feeling you can almost.
Unless they plan on taking it.
Oh yeah. RP ET, RP with ET and Phoenix ults on top of it. That would be big. But I guess you can kind of rule out things like Phantom Assassin and Meepo now because it's very, very likely Chappy Troll. FN more the Shadow Fiend player. TA, but I don't know about SF or TA against the Phoenix Elder Titan. There's a good Storm ban nonetheless, second phasing the Storm when you've picked up these two supports that, like you said, against the Spirit Breaker you've got no stuns, but also against the Storm Spirit can be difficult to keep the guy on lockdown. And it looks like Secret are going to be aiming for, big wombo combos, banning the Silencer to stop these spells from going off.
That kind of does hint towards that Magnus too. Like, if you take care of the Silencer, you're now going like all in on team fight wombo combo. So they could I mean, you're gonna end up with like a Jug versus Troll, I suppose, which kind of sucks. But you'd also have Jug, Mag could go for a PA of their own, perhaps too. If they want to go for a Mag +1 here, it could be a Mag Slark.
Reserve time.
Quite a few different options for Secret here. Troll Warlord, the strat from Empire, much more open. They haven't really given away anything in terms of like overall strategy. They could start thinking about how to dodge out super team fight. So bad catch against the charging Spirit Breaker, but also pretty bad catch against Split Push. The Ghost Stick Treant Protector, or rather Nature's Prophet, is still in. So could see that come back out. Could see any other form of Split Push.
I really like that ban. Especially if Secret are running, 4 heroes that want to team fight and look for pressure, while Spectre could have been farming and just haunting in. So a good kind of catch-all hero ban there.
Dire team pick.
they go for the initiation play here. So Troll, not a core that does well against Batrider in lane, at least not compared to Jugs or Slarks or anything like that. So they can put a little bit of pressure here with the Batrider. And now there's your initiator. So not too shabby here from Secret.
Lots of magic damage, lots of fire. And
Yep,
Troll's
good magic damage to stack with the Spirit too.
Troll's one of those kind of
5
weird,
seconds
agi
remaining.
carry heroes that doesn't really want to buy a BKB early. Definitely doesn't want to buy a Lincoln
Reserve
Sphere by any
time.
means. You want to go for damage and stats rather than going for defensive items. But maybe forced to go for one this game against all of this nonsense, unless they have some kind of saving hero up their sleeve.
What about, yeah, well, I was about to say, like, Oracle, with that new change, has decent base attack time for the Phoenix Egg.
Got the root now as
Yep.
well.
Very nice change.
Very, very good with Troll. You know, Troll was one of the kind of forgotten combos with the Oracle, where we used to see Alchemist, we used to see Ursa, Huskar, of course, was one of the big ones.
Disruptor.
But Troll with the attack speed, just having a Vlad's or even a Morbid Mask, you know,
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
heal
It
yourself
heals
up
crazy.
so bloody quickly.
But it'll be the winner of yesterday. Big winner. Big winner. 4 straight wins for Disruptor in our games yesterday for Mr. Cat. So we'll see if Empire can close out the series here with a 5th one. And my God, the Wombo combo. It's here, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's hoping and praying for that talent to eventually come out. I've seen it in a couple games. It's pretty cool, not going to lie. Maybe not as like awesome as it sounds, but if it happens at the right place and you manage to reincarnate and throw this Fire Blast at everyone,
10 seconds
it can be pretty
remaining.
cool.
5
It's good against Troll too, in terms of like, you know, just like 2 crits or something like that, you know. Can disassemble Mask of Madness for a variety of items too. Like
Reserve
Echo Saber's pretty good on Wraith King. I don't know if we'll end up seeing that, but there is that kind of farm speed potential. Of course, he just mostly wants his armlet and standard stuff, so shouldn't be, I don't think, too much deviation.
10 seconds remaining.
Kind of armlet, blade mail, blink, radiance, those kinds of items. Nyx now with the mana burn against Wraith King, obviously very strong, but also very good against Bat and Phoenix. Even the ET, I guess. You know,
Yeah,
you've got Carapace against Carapace against all of these abilities that, you know, kind of float around or linger or have damage over time. The Nyx can get up in your face, stop you from moving,
10
and catch
seconds
you.
remaining.
Gives vision for Disruptor with the glimpse. They've got so much from Team Empire to
5
find individual
seconds
heroes,
remaining.
pick them off, and bring them down between Spirit Breaker, Nyx, Disruptor, Vision, Catch,
Reserve
Kill.
time.
I've got a fair amount of jump as well. I think the one thing they're missing here really is a bit of nuke damage to actually get those bursts through onto the secret heroes. Lifesteal the removal there.
Dire team ban.
Interesting
I
one.
guess they probably want one of those troll cores, you know, again, like that whole option of split push and stuff like that. It's theoretically there from Empire. They want to go back for something along those lines, be it that Chappie Arc Warden, or like some teams might pick a Naga here, but with the
10
troll, like
seconds
that
remaining.
lifestealer idea, the damage. I don't know. I just feel like Team Secret, it's so
5
clear what they want to
seconds
do, whereas
remaining.
Empire, it's much more spread apart. Like they have decent catch from the Spirit Breaker and the Disruptor. They have pretty fast burst
Dire
as
team
well, just from Troll and Nyx Assassin with the Vendetta. TA's a pretty interesting band there as well. They don't know what's going to be mid. So you have to pick something that's like relatively safe, or you're just going to end up throwing your Troll, I suppose, is the secret we're thinking with that Lifestealer ban.
10
I
seconds
mean, what about an
remaining.
FN Invoker? You'll have Sunstrike to go in onto
5
charge and the
seconds
Nyx
remaining.
initiations. You'll have Tornado EMP to kind of cancel out Phoenix, Batrider, Wraith King from jumping in on you. Maybe a
Reserve
little bit
time.
slow though. You know, Hand of Midas
5
takes a little bit
seconds
longer.
remaining.
Laning phase could be difficult for you with ET Phoenix roaming in. And it will be the FN OD that we mentioned earlier.
Team
Another good
Secret's
hero
turn
against the
to
Wraith
pick.
King, and also a saving hero that we were looking for as well, with the Astral being able to cancel out the Batrider's lasso, as he will be jumping
Save yourself from supernovas and stuff too, which can be very helpful. Just like that timing is obviously very predictable, so you can kind of
10
walk around
seconds
some of these like
remaining.
stomps and some of these supernovas just by predicting those things. Very interesting.
5
One of the better
seconds
heroes
remaining.
with battle trance as well, giving that attack speed, and it'll be the Shadow. I thought that might have been a possible option for Empire as well if they want to just kind of get this run-on strat going, but it'll be them who take it for mid one.
The mid one SF. Okie dokie. I wonder if we'll see a similar build to what no one was going for yesterday with, Dragonlance into BKB, because that was something that mid one kind of pioneered, was the Dragonlance into Butterfly, and then you just go around killing people. But up against all of these heroes with magical damage and catch, you will need that kind of magic immunity up against them. Even
Two
with
relatively buffed heroes as well, Wraith King and Shadow Fiend. Now that the camps, like with that whole thing where Wraith King, because did he double crit when camps were still 1 minute? I can't remember, but either way, for that double neutral crit, it's going to be better now than it was the 2-minute thing, right? Where he can just like clear them so quickly.
Yeah.
And obviously
10
Shadow Fiend as well.
seconds
If you have a support stacking, which Puppy should be able to do. Like Wraith King can be, you know, as long as you get a couple kills early on the offlaner, he can get pretty self-sustainable.
Yapzor, Elder Titan. This is going to be interesting to see. I wonder if he'll go for the Windlace build and try and bully one of the lanes. Maybe a dual off lane with Kezu could be working out here for them, because they've got a lot of annoying level 1 and level 2 tools in their little box here to secret. Fire Spirits, Napalm, Elder Titan Spirit, boots first on Kezu, runs himself up towards the top lane. One TP out by Yapzor to get some early vision out. The same thing happens with both Miposhka as well as King R, aiming to scout out Batrider's movements in and out of the jungle, as well as down on bottom lane. Miposhka gets a really deep ward here, looking for the pull, likely of Puppy down on this camp, so maybe Ghostic can contest that.
Kind of interesting here. In terms of the Team Secret brand itself, most played heroes of all time, Elder Titan ranks up there very highly. It's actually the 8th most played hero they've used. I mean, I can remember No Tail playing this hero when he was on Team Secret.
I mean, think about Puppy back at Shanghai.
The very introduction. Yeah, exactly. And like Puppy just, he obviously holds most of those games. But ever since the team was incarnated, it's just been kind of one of those staples. And not a hero that obviously we get to see too much. It was 3 months ago, the last time that they would have used it.
Kezu under full vision here of the Dire team. No real surprise. Lots of pings coming out, though, from Empire. I think they scouted out someone moving across and placing the lane ward that's on the bot lane. There's lots and lots of pings. I'm pretty certain they know that observer ward is there. Bot lane, it will be Yapzor and MP, so it's the Elder Titan and Wraith King. And it will... Oh, I wonder if we will see Puppy move up to the top lane, have the Phoenix Batrider dual lane.
I feel like, knowing Puppy, he probably wants to focus a little bit on neutrals. I don't know, that always used to be kind of his thing, so he can like kind of be up there helping the Batrider, but also just giving that Batrider these camps, trying to help him out.
Yeah, stack for Bat, stack for SF, get things going. With the extra melee creep mid, of course, that's the opportunity to get another soul for mid one, so things could start off nicely here for him, but against FN's OD, nothing's ever that simple, especially when Miposhka's Spirit Breaker's zoning your Phoenix away out of your lane. Or maybe you were looking for this kind of 2v2 setup. MP fake pumping fake pumping the stun. Nice range creep kill there by Ghostic. Straight down the line. Where's Miposhka going? He's actually trying to line himself up here over on the radiant side of the map.
He snuck into this little crack and he charged Kezu, who was almost dying top. So he kind of like lost. Puppy just like lost exactly where he went. Wasn't sure what the hell happened to him.
There's one stack on an ancient. Not the easiest to clear.
Bottom lane, Ghostic. Pretty happy, I would say. And Elder Titan, the only hero zoning you out. You know, Nick Assassin does pretty well against these guys. He gets 5.5 HP regen right now with the Mango, and then once he pops the Tango, he's up to 12.7.
We did at one point for a short amount of time. It was quite often in NA games. See the Mask of Madness, Shadow Fiend, or the...
You were going to say the triple Mango.
Oh, no.
That's what we were getting.
that was pretty good as well. But like the old Helm of the Dominator or the Mask of Madness Shadow Fiend, so you could take ancient stacks. I wonder if we'll see something similar from mid one, because stacking so early on when you can't really take them is quite annoying.
Who's going to win this?
Kezu should get the rune. Miposhka too busy hitting into him. He's got a charge as well, so even with all these sticky napalms stacking up on him, it's a quick and easy retreat there from the Spirit Breaker, as Puppy was also rotating in to try and help out.
And Miposhka has such a nice game set up for him, again, on the Space Cow. Just like, how do you handle this guy?
He's being
got
scouted.
a stick now, too.
He's being scouted by Kezu. And again, he knows he's there. It also means that
like, okay, like,
there's a level 1 glimpse here into Miposhka and the kinetic field. This is probably the death of Kezu. In comes Chappie's Troll, the Whirling Axes, and the Bash, the final hit to secure it. Batrider, even though he scouted them all out, they still managed to get the control and the damage in. Ghostic in the meantime bottom lane. He's got a carapace, so he'll just throw that one out. Another Wraithfire Blast from MP's available, but they don't use it.
Kazu. Oh. It's disappointing. TV's back and he just missed the stack. And that's what's so important about Miposhka coming in here. Is this Spear Breaker. Like, any of these beefy heroes, your Ogres, your Spear Breakers that come and disrupt stacks like that, Kazu's so hurt right now. Like, not even being able to get back for a 3-minute, just, oh, painful. And oh, look who it is! Oh, hello!
Oh, it's Miposhka again coming in.
Friendly neighborhood Spear Breaker.
Trying to leech experience, but there is no experience to be leached. Maybe he gets in on the Wild Wings. Yeah, he spots them. He runs forward. He sees it. Hello.
He wants that.
Oh, last hit. Punch. No, not quite. Nearly had it, though. But yeah, Miposhka is like the same level as this offlane Batrider at this point. Ghostic having a much better time on bot lane. Level 4 closing in. Not really pressured an awful lot down there. But how's mid one's lane going? 13-1 against the 22-5 of FN. SF being slammed a little bit here by FN's OD, and in comes the damage again. FN, level 1 in the Arcane Orb already, just putting that damage through with the double razors potentially there from mid one. Scaring away the Outworld Devourer, but what's going on up here, Trent? Miposhka bashes Kezu. Okay, the battle continues. And now a charge. They're actually converging in. Mid one's Shadow Fiend glimpses back into the field. FN's damage output looks enough. They want to try and give him the kill as well.
Need some last hits here.
Radiant's top tower is under
This
attack.
is, I mean, they knew this was happening when they picked this Shadow Fiend, right? It was the final pick. You know, you're definitely picking this as a comeback kind of a hero with a Spirit Breaker, and you don't have anyone to help you mid. You have a Phoenix. I mean, that's not the hero. I'm sure there's no way they were expecting this to go much better. I'm feeling very good for Empire again, I have to say. I mean, it's very early lead, 1200, but everything just kind of looks good. They, I don't know, they're getting those levels on Ghostic. Obviously, his level 6 is pretty important to just kind of keeping this, as we said, I don't know, average Joe's kind of a draft going. It's not really all suited onto one thing. It's a little bit of a jack of all trades kind of thing going. Yeah,
but Team Secret are more reliant on the kind of mid-game team fights, the catch with the Batrider, the big wombo combos they've got between Phoenix and Elder Titan, but you know, we feel it's good going for Empire because it takes a while for Secret to get there, to get level 6 on their supports. To get the blink on Batrider, of course, is an important thing, while Miposhka again has found another place where Secret have been stacking and trying to farm. Leeching experience once more from mid one. Kezu walking up onto high ground, but Miposhka hides in the trees, not going to be found. Okay. It's all too easy for him, and this is the big difference, right? Ghostic is, with impunity, 1v3ing here. Maybe in a bit of trouble now as Yapsaw and Puppy run forward with a stomp, landing the slip top Phoenix Assassin, 4 heroes. Okay, everyone comes flying through. The Impale won't land. He tries to TP, but it will finally be a kill for Team Secret on the offlane Nyx. He has been such a pest, but in the meantime, it's the mid one SF charged down and killed off. 3 heroes move in to find that kill. Well worth it for Empire to try and bait out the Nyx Assassin bot lane so they can get something in return from that mid.
Jeez, I mean, I knew Impale was a hard spell to hit, but when there's 4 heroes and it still hits no one. Ice Rock, please. Ghostic just, I mean, he's just throwing it out there. But yeah, I mean, they get him again, dude. Miposhka. Satisfying name to say, satisfying player to watch, and now it's Yapsaw. Hello.
Yapsaw.
The battle trance. He'll buy a bash this game though.
Oh. They find the kill. The glimpse back onto the Batrider will maybe save Chappie here. He needs to swap the aggro. He'll be fine anyway. Final hit from the tower goes back onto King R as Miposhka charges himself into a range creep. Finds that last hit as well. But this is what
tower.
Yeah. Oh no, never mind. He did that. He did that for the greater good. Spreads the gold across the team. Trent.
Yeah.
He's a selfless player. He doesn't want the last hit. But this is where Secret have been relegated to, AFK jungling. You know, they've got like 3 or 4 heroes trying to farm jungle. Maybe now they make a move in onto Miposhka with the Spirit Stomp. He's got no mana to charge. And Kezu, sticky napalm, no Firefly for a second, but he's got it now. Miposhka has stick charges and a charge available at this moment in time, so he will be able to escape. In the meantime, FN has found Puppy somewhere. Actually, FN is diving into these jungle camps looking for more. Mid one is forced to retreat. Oh boy.
He dunked them. And this is by, like, next to a shrine, and they can't even do anything. They're running. That's depressing. As you were saying, like, being forced to jungle and whatnot, we all know what that means now. Bonus XP for OD, bonus XP for Troll, 20 denies, 13 denies. Likewise, though, pretty good time for MP down here. He's also closing on 20 denies. As Ghostic not really much choice as the Nyx assassin, but now he's kind of done too. A hero that some may have thought might have been hurt by this as he rotates out of the lane right away at level 6, and you know, giving that space could be a problem, but he wants those kills, and he's got King Art here to help him. No Radiant Vision in this area.
MP is getting strong though. MP is rushing straight into the Blade Mill. He wants to fight, he wants to brawl, but the brawl kicks off with Kezu getting charged. Ghostic looking for the carapace here to cancel out this Firefly movement from Kezu, but it's the Impale into Stun, into Satyr Blast, as well as the final right clicks, as Empire have been all over Secret like a hot rash. They're moving from one lane to another, diving in behind tier 1s and tier 2s. Mid one finally kills off Miposhka over towards the shrine, so something going Secret's way.
Yeah, haste it up. Make that a little easier. Blade Mail first for MP though. That's kind of interesting. Obviously, it's kind of like that Blade Mail Radiance build where we used to see it most of the time. You skip Armlet, you skip the early Blink, or sometimes you go Blade Mail, Blink, and then Radiance, but I'll be interested to see exactly how he finishes out this build. I don't know how much value it gives you in these fights.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's
Again,
going to be annoying for Empire, but I don't know how amazing it will be for Secret. I'm just looking at hero levels now, Trent. 3 heroes are still level 4 for Team Secret, while Disruptor is level 5. Like, when the Disruptor of the enemy team is a higher level than, you know, your off-laner.
Your Bat.
Your Bat Rider. You know things are going poorly. They start things off with a Wraithfire Blast on the Ghostic, but he just goes Invis.
This is the difficulty of these, I don't know, kind of strats and like tactics that they're using from Empire though, because you have to keep this aggression and this pressure up, because you know, I don't know if you guys remember Svens and Gyros and Lunas, but if you leave them alone for too long, those kind of things can happen, the way these camps can stack up and everything, so they have to keep their eyes on Kezu, and that's just what Ghostic's doing. But yeah, Absor, he knows that, right? He watched him go Invis, where else would Ghostic go? So they have to be very careful as to what Ghostic's scouting out here for the Spirit Break, and until he's level 6, they're not going to have the damage to just 2v1 him.
I'm just wondering, 820 HP, he's down to 673. Maybe Ghostic could have gone for a solo kill there with a couple of punches, but afraid of where Yapzor is standing, afraid of where maybe Puppy is hiding as well. But these...
Close to a shrine.
Close to a shrine, yeah, you're right. But yeah, we were talking about Secret's ability to stack camps and build things up for SF and Bat Rider. The Spirit Breaker has just put a complete halt to the works of Team Secret, and now, moving down towards MP, burning his mana. Still has stick charges and enough for his ultimate though, so... running through his HP here is a good thing to get him out of lane, but they're never going to get that kill.
And that's the 4-staff done for FN, so he's probably looking to group up now as well. At least try and participate here. I don't know if he's going to be like his... Oh, this Invis rune. Maybe that'll be a freebie. Yeah,
Absol, glimpse back. OD's here with the damage as well. A few hits in. The stomp. Oh, going to get cancelled out by the Static Storm. The charge. Would be aiming for the catapult. Miposhka would have liked to go in onto mid one to continue that chain.
So MP rotates mid as well, like trying to do something about this.
He's got no blink, he's got no force staff. Kinetic field is down. FN dropping low, but the force staff back means Miposhka charges through. The sun rays there, and they'll find a kill. Spirit Breaker will be the guy to give himself up, but keeping that OD alive is such a big deal here for Team Empire. Meanwhile, top lane, yeah, I see him dying. Easy pick off there. Chappie and Ghostic pairing up nicely to find that. Burst him down simply. Empire continue this rampant run through this best of 3.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Man, this troll is insanely farmed. 2, 0, and 4, 101 last hits. And he's got his Vlads, he's eyeing up that SNY. Roshan, it's been that big thing for OD, you know, right before 7.0, when we had just all these OD games, and every single game at 25 minutes, the team would try and get the Aegis on the OD, and they would just 5-man and use that Arcane Aura, just run around the Essence Aura.
It would be like rush Force Staff, buy Blink Dagger, get Aegis, then buy Moonshard.
Every game.
Like Moonshard 3rd item. That's how strong this hero was. It was ridiculous. The first time I saw QO do that, I was like, huh? Then I realized with all the mobility you've got, the save from the Astral back when it had an insane range, it was just worthwhile.
He also had an Ogre on his team every single game.
Oh yeah, true.
It was like non-stop.
And now, Empire, where else would you go other than Radiant Jungle? Hunt people while they're farming. Kezu spotted, glimpsed back. No Astral, but they have the kinetic field. Charge comes through from Miposhka. Kezu's caught. Miposhka's not level 6 yet though, so no Nether Strike. Raise 1 misses, raise 2 hits. Empire will retreat for now, but MP alone walking 1v4 into the middle of them all.
Oh, no, they
He's
don't.
got his ultimate, and FN, you're right, 40 seconds until that ultimate's available. Secret, maybe this is the fight that they want to take. FN trapped a little bit here, gets stunned up by the red fire blast, but now look, his mana's gone. Supernova looking to land, but the attack speed out of control, and FN's OD. More than enough. The stick charge is now still not enough, but he's got a mango over on MP, so they kill the OD at long last. Secret, they'll win a team fight. Ghost Stick, one more punch from mid one, secures yet another, and Miposhka is going to have to try and charge himself away. Shouldn't struggle. Will retreat. Secret defend their Radiant jungle. They defend their honor. They defend their farm, and they win a team fight, and a big one at that.
And those levels on the supports that were hurting them so much earlier, Phoenix having the 6 there, pretty handy to be able to pull out that egg and draw a bunch of the attention. Not quite able to bring down our Wraithing. They were so close to, and they had the Astral, and then they had the mana burn, and even the stick wasn't enough, but couldn't quite finish him out in time. I mean, there definitely is some damage here from the Radiant side. There's no question about that. And lacking that that Nether strike really hurt them from Miposhka.
Oh, Puppy.
Twich.
A nice attempt from Ghost Stick. Nearly catches mid one with the extended stun. Impale and Earthspike always kind of annoy me with the fact that you can cast them on the ground and hit people like outside of the animation and outside of the range with that little, like, it's like 150,
Oh, yeah.
like, I don't know if it's 150, but maybe like 80 or 90 range extended.
There's this weird spike that just comes out of nowhere. And
Yeah.
you're like,
It's like, huh? How did that hit
what? That
me?
thing.
King R, actually Invis here. Don't know if he's...
Check every ward to make sure it's a observer, not a sentry.
Yeah.
You never know what the colors of these things these days.
The stupid blue observer wards. Where's he going to go? Is he just scouting people out? He's going for a deep old jog here.
Yeah, finding a nice ward here in the middle. Maybe want to try and put some pressure on this tower.
Ah, there we go. In between tier 1, tier 2, you're right.
It's a hard fight, though. I mean, there's a shrine nearby as well. I mean, you just lost this engagement. It's not like you're really working off of cooldowns here. The egg's already back. It's been that long. I'm not sure how desperate I'd be to engage here. Like, look at this tower down bottom. It's completely left alone. And trolls, like, farming the jungle and stuff. If this was last patch, they're just all down here killing this.
Well, it's not last patch anymore, Trent.
No.
It's the new patch.
Trying to find people being greedy in the jungle.
Yep, MP will be one of those people, but he still has Reincarnation. It's only level 1, but he's not yet used it. Kind of fortunate to escape with his life in a couple of these engagements. FN still farming jungle, wants the Hurricane Pike, and he nearly has it as well, just the recipe away. Secret, though, looking a much better spot. Mid one's been farming decently, has a Yasha, nearly got the Manta completed. Be able to get the Whirling Axes debuff off him, maybe, you know, dodge out of a charge or something like that.
And now Ghost Stick's feeling that pressure to get something else. And he doesn't feel like he's the damage or the utility right now, so he has to go back and actually farm lanes. He's showing on the map. Now they lose that fear, especially Kezu, mostly, and they're going to smoke up and start heading towards him. So
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
will be Ghost Stick with a minus on the mind here. Do they have detection? They do. They have the dust ready. So if he comes out of here with a Vendetta, yeah, he's out.
He's out of there. Now they're going to make the move down towards bottom lane. They've got a catapult wave pushing in. That'll be Miposhka leading the charge. Ghost Stick just behind with the Vendetta ready. His mid tower is denied out there. But Secret, they've all moved up to the top end of the map. The mirroring begins.
Yeah, mid one's basically got a Manta now.
Yeah, he has farmed incredibly well. I mean, MP has Blade Mail, is looking for the Blink. 800 gold until he has that complete as well. Secret, they're starting to look, you know, not bad in this game.
No, they look fine. Yepsor cancel TV bottom. Not going to risk himself for that. Good choice. And they'll just kind of hold this northern half of the map. Roche is coming on the mind soon. Not quite yet, but they're now moving into that jungle. Of course, there's all these resources that are just here that weren't here last patch. You know, typically, these would have been farmed out by now. And that is one thing. I don't know if like Empire's got caught up on it a little bit, but like Chappie's now joining, right? And he's so farmed. He's been doing all these neutral camps and whatnot, but this push is now coming to a time where Secret have won that. And now they're countering and getting just as much as you are, so you're not really gaining anything out of this big lead you built up for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, especially with no mid-tier 1 standing for Team Empire. Maybe they're thinking they can take tier 2 bottom lane and then shift towards the mid lane, find some kind of fight, maybe near their shrine as the glimpse back finds Poe. No, it doesn't. The Supernova, and now the lasso. Miposhka's been caught. The bait out from Puppy. Perfectly played, and they found the Spirit Breaker. Beautiful stuff from Secret. Just need a little bit more damage to kill him off. Make sure he doesn't deny to Roshan like that. Okay. One fell swoop from Roshan. No kill for Team Secret.
All right, well, nicely done. That's not an interaction we get to see all too often. A glimpsed Phoenix popping the egg. It's rare that your team's backing you up enough that ends up working out for you. So good eyes there by Puppy, keeping that one on the mind. And now he's got himself 1,270 gold as well. We'll see if he does go back for this kind of standard Midas Phoenix that we're so used to, or if he tries to find an item that actually does something, like maybe a medallion or something.
Solar Crest. Oh, hello. Who have they got? Yapsor. Stuck in the field. Easy kill. Should be at least. FN keeps missing, though. Ghost Stick needs to get this stun down, but Yapsor's very quick. He's actually so quick, he's run away. It wasn't an easy kill at all. Empire, they've lost out there.
Yep. Keep him up and alive, and it's Chappie in the Roche Pit, though, and they're playing like he's not in there, but Spirit is still going to have a peek. Stun just a slow back Yapsor. I almost killed him. He actually went down to like 80 HP.
Boy.
That's pretty great.
Ghost Stick, he scouted Kezu, gets the carapace and the stun now through onto it, so Batrider can't jump in. Yapsor has moved on through. The Supernova not available either, so the Sunray trying to force out my Poshka. Mid one walks in. Oh, hello!
He got it!
Thank you very much. I've got this, Aegis. It's mine now. There's the Static Eclipse. The Static Storm dropped as well, but you've still got this MP ultimate. Reincarnation popped and Chappie's dead. Team Secret. Okay. Suddenly, they've turned this around massively.
He just walked up. Did he just walk up? That was that.
Was there an ET stomp? Were they slept?
It was hard to tell in the chaos, to be honest. Possibly that's what it was, but either way, he just waltzed on it and took it. It was a snatch as well. It was the bounty went to the Dire.
Yeah, Chappie killed it off, and mid one just comes in and takes it. Aegis, Manta, moving into the BKB, so it's not the Dragonlance BKB build, but Manta into it.
Well, there's one thing that this team's good at. It's getting fighting around Roche, right? Even without Supernova, still look pretty damn good. Reincarnate, great ability. And now he has the Blade Mail Blink Dagger, so this is what I call the easy mode Wraith King build for when you really suck at Armlet. Just buy this. Not inferring MP does. I'm just saying that was the easy mode build. And this is also when you used to follow up with the Radiance and have a lot of fun on this hero, but see if MP goes in for something maybe a little bit more efficient.
Yeah. I wonder what you do go for. I mean, BKB is nice and all against all this.
Halberd actually seems like awesome this game.
Oh,
Troll,
yeah.
OD.
They're both going BKBs as well. So you just pop it on them before their BKBs and see what they do. Start crying, in the middle of a team fight.
I know it's a bit of a meme right now, but it honestly does seem pretty sick. Like, OD obviously just relies fully on those right clicks.
I mean, maybe even the Shadow Fiend thinks of picking one up. Tanks him up, gives him evasion. You've got the disarm then on both of the cores of Team Empire.
Man, Puppy's going for a Veil too. Really like this. Good choice. Yeah. Not happy with the Midas. I'm not down with it, guys. 15 minutes to recoup. A little bit of experience to boot. I'm off. I'm off Midas. Intrigued to see what the trends start to be in professional games as well.
Midas is bad, okay?
I mean, I saw Swindle tweeting that Midas is over, so...
Must be true.
That's gotta be it, right?
Must be.
I trust Swindle.
I mean, maybe he just dropped his Midas in a pub game or something and got pissed off at it. You never know. Could be one of those things.
Low blow.
I love Kyle.
I know. He's the only one who'll take that, though. You know?
Anyone else and I get slapped in the face or something. But not Kyle. Kyle's a chill dude.
Hangs out with the freshest dudes.
Oh yeah.
Ghost Stick's got 1,300 gold towards his Blink Dagger though, so his Midas didn't slow him down all too much. Proving the haters wrong right now, it seems. And he'll find Yapsor, but pretty beefy. 5 armor, 1,400 HP.
Looking too bad. Empire seem a little bit lost. They've moved into this Radiant jungle looking for a pick or a kill, but the Radiant Observer Ward freshly placed scouts from Aposhka, sees everything that's happening. Where are they all hiding? Puppy's farming, Yapsor's behind him.
Oh,
now TP's coming through as well. Mid one and Kezu. Moving forward and looking for Team Empire here. Chappie sprints away as quickly as he possibly can. Oh, apparently the last hit of Roshan onto Chappie bashed him, and then mid one took the Aegis.
So
I definitely saw Troll get stunned, but I wasn't sure if it was a sleep or a Or whatever else it could have been. So thank you,
Thanks,
chat.
Brain. Yeah, that's what they're there for, man. The big think tank.
The 2-minute delay on chat. Forever useful. And I don't say that often.
Well, so we saw this coming super early, right? And obviously Empire did as well. They're like, okay, they opened Elder Titan, Phoenix. So they don't really have split push to just try and dodge. Despite there being relatively weak catch. I mean, this is a Bat Rider, but that, you know, he doesn't really do everything all on his own or anything like that.
But when
so what's the chappy answer to this? What is Empire doing?
Exactly, especially once Secret start 5-manning like this, where mid one can just hit towers, MP can blink behind towers and look for the
this guy's got
back
a thing
line.
with runes.
Or mid one.
Yeah,
He's got a DD now.
ridiculous.
That's huge. I don't know. It feels like Empire had this peak moment where they had the items they needed to go and fight, and then they kind of lost it around the Roche pit, and now they are...
Well, and they kind of farmed their jungle.
And they kind of farmed their jungle with Chappie for a long, extended period of time. Now BKBs are coming through. They've got one for OD and one for the Troll readily available, but they've just lost a tier 1 and a tier 2 within a matter of 15 seconds. And Secret aren't done. Yeah, the DD lasts for another, 6 or 7 seconds, so up to tier 3 and high ground they go. Empire in no position to defend this. Secret force TP's back. The Aegis finally reclaimed.
Okay, so now's the time then. So we have both BKBs. Aegis is done. This is our last big, we're still kind of in control of this game. You know, they have a slight net worth lead. It's a big item, spikes and pickups for them. But with all this gold now flowing into the Radiant side, they can kind of start getting some in their own. And it is the Radiance. He's doing it. The old classic.
Well, it's incredibly annoying when the Trolls, or even the OD's BKBs wear off. Does give you that missed chance over onto them. It does leave you open though to Ghost Stick coming in and using Carapace onto your Radiance burn to try and find that opening onto you. Oh, the scan from the Radiance, spot on. Whoever that was, perfect timing. Clips onto a hero there. They know they're up on the high ground. Mid one, still going to walk up there though, apparently. They blow him up and they're looking for MP. Static Storm was thrown down initially to kill off the Shadow Fiend. As Poppy glimpses back, he's looking for the Supernova and he will pop it, but Chappie lassoed. Ghost Stick is here. Spy Carapace there with a sleep from the Echo Stomp and Team Secret. What?
Wow, that is so tilting if you're a support player in this game, my god.
Usually,
I'm just top left, I'm just console disconnect, I'm done.
Usually I can rash.
I mean, I'm actually dumbfounded.
Trent. Usually I can rationalize movements like that, but when you scan, okay, I want to check. There's Radiance, Radiance.
Yeah, it was. I double checked.
Radiant scan. They knew that was some of that. Maybe
I was like, was that dire Eclipse Shadow? What?
That was the most bizarre thing.
He really wanted to bait, right? And I think he was like, no, there's no way I can chain stun to death. I'm gonna they're gonna dump everything on me. I'm gonna get my BKB off, and we're gonna win this fight because I have everyone backing up right behind me. But it was just chain stunned. He just didn't respect the damage and the control that was gonna come out there from Empire.
Wow. Team Empire.
Man, they needed that fight. My god. That just opened up like a 3K cavern. Between look at that thing drop off.
That's insane. Absolutely insane. But yeah, I think I'm with you there. With BKB Manta, he thinks, right, I can, dodge a stun, I can BKB one, and then I am mid one. I'm just gonna...
Fishering, on top of me, we got this.
Yeah. It's gonna be super easy. But he just blew up so bloody quickly.
I'm making top plays right now, and then he ended up on fails of the week, It's a tough life in Dota.
But look at this though, Troll, I said he doesn't like to buy BKB or Lincolns, and I thought he might go for one or the other, but he's going for both. Double defensive items from Chappie. Make sure he doesn't get lassoed up again in the next team fight, because that was a little bit annoying when he's trying to hit the Supernova, getting controlled up by Kezu. Kezu, speaking of, aiming towards the gem after his blink and full staff. Secret, they've got some climbing to do now. Radiance is a recipe away for MP as he blinks over to pick up the relic. Mid one, going for that Daedalus. Team Empire, maybe just wait for the next Roshan. It's the second Roshan out of the game, right? We've only had one so far. I mean, either way, they'll have cheese.
Who cares? There's still cheese.
Either way, they'll have cheese, exactly.
Who needs to count Roche anymore?
Big smoke, though, coming in. And likely catching Puppy. Dive away with a Carapace, not going to connect. Neither will the stun. Ghost Stick misses out, but they're still going in. Miposhka was aiming for more. Puppy. Oh, not quite finished off there by the final hit by FN, but he pops the BKB, the lasso, over onto the OD, but mid one controlled up by the Nether Strike. They've killed off Yapzor, and with the Sandy's Eclipse burning a lot of the damage, but BKB from mid one kept him healthy. Now the Requiem, but Chappie going through with another good stun. The bashes, the hits come through, and mid one's gone. MP stuck here at 1v4. He turns to fight Maposhka, but he's got mana no more. MP, all he does, he uses stick charges to come back up in the reincarnation. What's he gonna do? You're held in his kinetic field. He tries to kill off Maposhka, but he's taken out regardless. Team Empire, another huge fight again outside of the Radiant base, and this might result in a tier 3 falling.
I mean, I wouldn't have mental fortitude to continue this game, so I understand why they just lose the next fight like that. SF buys back, needs to get back into battle and get some souls up off this wave if he can.
But no buyback on Wraith King. Batrider with no lasso for 40 seconds. ET does have his full arsenal of abilities, but FN blinks forward, Force Staff back with the Hurricane Pike, pushing mid one away. But Phoenix has returned. The Malirax will be the one building to fall after the tier 3. Ghost Stick holding the line on that ramp, making sure the Secret don't push too far forward. But look at this, Trent Roshan's up again.
Wow, cheesy Roche. So 12.2k, my god. Man, this game just, whew,
I mean,
this is one of the stranger ones I've seen.
That went from what, a 2k lead by
it was
Empire,
like 1.4.
1.4 by Empire.
It was already down to like 600 at one point, where it was like getting closer and closer, and that was when it was like at its lowest, and then that just happens. Crazy. Dota 2. I mean, it's 12k lead, yes, but we still know about the Wombo combo. I'm actually still not counting them out, honestly. It is certainly still there. I think MP's build is not exactly ideal for fighting right now, but it does still give him that farm that'll be coming out. Like, he's committed, right? He's got the relic. He doesn't really have a choice. When you rush this Blade Mail, generally the reason you go for the Radiance, at least in my experience, is that you need some reason for them to deal with you, right? If you just buy Blade Mail, they're just going to ignore you. Yeah. But the mischance and the damage forces them to actually attack into you.
Very irritating. Roshan very open though for Empire. Chappie thinking twice about it. Team Secret nowhere near. This could be an easy take. Dire Vision spots out both Yapzor and Puppy, and it'll see MP moving in as well. You know, the Dire Vision here from Team Empire is very good. I think they're just waiting for the Spirit to be retracted by Yapzor. Ghost Stick and FN are waiting pretty far up on the front lines, looking for some kind of contest here. They're baiting out the Roshan, it feels like. But Secret, they've grouped. They're just shoving mid lane. One unit, one pack, one desire to win this game. Have Empire smoked? Oh, they're doing the same thing. Ghost Stick goes invis, Vendetta's up.
Secret.
Moving forward, smoke from Secret. Let's see what they can do. MP with Kezu behind him. They've got the blinks. They're trying to see where the edge of the smoke pop breaks.
Oh, this feels like such a shitty time to fight. You're like 300 gold away from a Radiance, but you really don't want to give up this Roche. You feel the power of your Wombo combo. You want to use it here, where you've got them out in the open, nowhere to run and hide. But it's scary. I mean, this is a level 2 Static Storm now. 250 damage per second. Glorious.
Just lost the range racks because they're wasting all of this time. They're trying to scout with Yapzor's Elder Titan Spirit, but that vision was nerfed quite some time ago. I think it's only like 300 range now or something. Maybe even smaller.
It's not enough.
Vision giving abilities are just being nerfed consistently by Ice Frog, like little by little, you know, amplified damage, the Hawks, Batrider Vision during nighttime, Lunar Vision, Elder Titan got hit a little bit.
Shrine is going down, boys. Inmate is pinging it out for us.
Which one? Oh, in the base. Oh no.
In the base.
It's the mid shrine. I mean,
it's only 3 of them now.
No, like legitimately, we're memeing a little bit here, but the fact that there are 3 shrines kind of centralized around the mid lane and not 5 spread across the base anymore means that mid lane, sure, is a little more difficult to push into nowadays, but it's very important to have these shrines alive when you're defending.
They see mid one there, of course, so Chappie's in here. And we have the 10-sec BKB ready on Maposhka. You know he wants to use it. His finger's on it.
Puppy gets cancelled out there by the Carapace again. Smoke up from Secret, looking to go in. It's going to get popped by Chappie.
Almost had that little edge. That almost worked.
They've nearly got...
If they had snuck to this wraparound.
Yeah. Oh, good Force Staff. FN, BKBs as well. The damage output onto Kezu looks good. Not quite enough to kill him off, though, as in comes Ghost Stick. Maposhka lands in with a charge through onto mid one. Never strikes him through as well. Shadow Fiend holds the high ground, but Chappie's BKB tries to get him in onto the mid one SF, and it looks like they've done enough with the OD Astral and the Sandy's Eclipse. They'll clear up 5 of Team Secret. It was like clockwork. One by one they ran in, and one by one Secret fell.
I mean, I guess it's expected, right? You know you're making a desperation play. Chaffee's so hard to deal with, too. This BKB, he's got this Lincoln Sphere as well that he didn't feel like he needed any more damage, and he was right. You know, once you open up that insane gap because of that one fight, walks up onto your high ground like that. But yeah, I'm just going to make sure that doesn't happen to me. So now we're going to take a second set of racks here. There is a tower top, so they're going to have to go for the closeout here, which I'm sure they easily can. No Roche required.
Well, Team Secret looking like the favorites in this series. About to go down 2-0 to Team Empire here. 2 lanes of racks gone. Empire still need to take the tier 2 top lane, but you know what? They still need to go back and finish off Roshan. That fight kicked off so quickly and was such like a snap decision from both teams to start fighting around that shrine that Roshan was left alone.
I honestly thought they were going to start fighting really well, but Empire not doing that this game. You know, I guess they saw how one little mistake screwed up Secret so badly, so they don't want to go for the same stuff here, even if SF is guaranteed not to be coming back. They'd rather just play it 100% safe, guarantee the victory on the series. Can't really blame them for it. So now Ghostic chasing after Puppey, providing the vision for the charge. Yeah, you better run.
Attempted carapace there, but the dive was already ahead of him. And now Secret. This is their chance. Defending high ground with the wombo combo, with the supernova up in 10 seconds time. They have the tools. It's just actually getting the tools out of the box and, you know, using them with the crippled and broken hands that you've got. Empire have been chopping your fingers off like the Russian mob.
That's the thing, though. That's what this lineup shines at, right? And what does Troll Warlord deny you? He denies you high ground defense. Because when you win fights outside the base, doesn't matter how many buildings you have left, he's going to get to your racks.
Especially when there's a Hex out. OD yet to use his BKB, but mid one dropped to a third of his HP. Static Storm's there as well as MP looks for FN, but Meposhka, he's in the mix of things as well, and already 3 are dead with no buybacks from Secret. It looks like it's lights out as Wraith King taken out.
Very clean. 28-8. Cry baby indeed. Throw up the applause. Ghostic.
Oh, Ghostic, I love you. Team Empire.
Crash and burn. Oh, jeez. So the draft kicks off, and it's Spirit Breaker, and then it's immediately Elder Titan Phoenix. Everyone knows what's coming. This has been seen so many times in Dota. The Void gets banned. We're not having any of that. But no matter who ends up being picked here, it's so heavily focused on that one fight. You know, putting you in that spot where you're forced into either engaging with this one fight and fighting it, or you get this awkward, like, oh god, we're going to be in a really bad spot here, start running, and then they chase you down one by one, you know, stuff like that. And so their next answer was the Troll, which, you know, good against the Phoenix. That's kind of how I was picturing and everything. But that whole idea of not having to fight them high ground. They never had to fight them high ground because they're winning fights outside the base. If you have Troll or Terrorblade or someone like that, they're not back in time to defend their high ground because you destroy the building so quickly. So Troll is an excellent answer to this. You don't have to go for full-out split push in that sense to dodge team fights and to dodge this wombo combo, right? You just don't deal with it because you just kill them out in the open field and slay their buildings.
Yeah, and FN on his OD, you know, blinking in and Hurricane piking out, so he stacks up intelligence little by little. 12-1. Sure enough, he had a lot of help mid. You know, the amount of times we saw quad lanes or tri lanes group in onto mid one in the early stages, killing him off a couple of times was really annoying. But Team Secret seemed a little bit lost this series. Maybe trying something new in the new patch, you know. They do have another chance still. They dropped to the lower bracket and will be facing the winner of PD against VP, which is our first series of the day tomorrow. And will be followed by that Secret game as well. But for Mr. Cat EU Invitational today, we are done. We are done very early on. I was expecting the series to go on for quite some time, but
yeah.
I honestly, Trent, that was so quick. So quick.
And very impressive. A few missteps from Empire, honestly. Like that one slightly worrisome time where they were farming a lot and maybe not pressuring fully, it just completely got negated by that one destruction of mid one and then the rampant fight right after. So impressive stuff. Really glad. I mean, I'm sure this roster's glad, right? Obviously, they're in a little bit of hot water with the whole drop thing, all trying to prove themselves to the best of their abilities, and they all look great. Especially, I mean, I love watching Meposhka. Maybe I'm just a bit of a fanboy, but I feel like he gets so much done with his Spirit Breaker and any of his roaming heroes, be it his Ogre. Like, he always did a fantastic Ogre, even before the hero was, like, super popular. And he disrupted Kezu's life, dude. This guy just, like, he's level 11! 11!
Well, he was level 4. He was level 4 at like 8 or 9 minutes in with the other supports. He had no experience. When Poshka was leeching, he was stopping, he was cancelling, he was doing everything in his power to stop Kezu from getting anything. But yeah, I think you're right. It's time for Empire to get onto the old phone with their manager and say, hang on a second, could you, do the thing where you re-register us on the major registration site? Because we're actually doing pretty well right now. Give us a chance. Give us a chance. Team Empire, seriously. Very, very well played by them. Nicely drafted, well executed. Secret. Interesting. Interesting. A little bit out of sorts. But we'll find out what happens to them tomorrow as we come back with more Mr. Cat